The first Women's World Cup semi-final pits England, who placed third in 2015, against defending champions, the USA. The pre-tournament favourites eviscerated the opposition in the group stages and are still very much the team to beat in this year's tournament. You can track squad news, see the team's progression, and follow the game as it happens on the OneFootball app. The Lionesses, coached by Phil Neville, topped a tough group featuring last World Cup's beaten finalists Japan, before seeing off Cameroon in the round of 16 and Norway in the quarter-finals. Throughout the campaign, England have employed a staggered 4-3-3, with a defensive midfielder dropping off to screen, and Keira Walsh has performed this role superbly despite her relative lack of experience. Ahead of her, the two central midfielders take on different roles. Jill Scott is an 8 who moves into advanced positions to assist the attack, while Fran Kirby is a 10 who drops deeper and works hard in defence as well as trying to create. England are a possession-focused side, especially against weaker opposition. Walsh drops deep to form a passing triangle between herself and the two centre-backs, with captain Steph Houghton an excellent progressive passer. Walsh's movement is there to facilitate the centre-backs moving the ball up the pitch through rotation, before Houghton can play a through pass towards the marvellously press-resistant Scott, or the wide attackers, or find the full-backs in advanced positions. England play with a slight horizontal imbalance. The right-hand side, with Nikita Parris and Lucy Bronze, is arguably the best in the competition. Bronze is the world's leading right-back and provides dynamism and pace on the overlap, while also drifting inside to cause issues with her direct running and shooting ability. Parris tends to hug the touchline more than her opposite number Tony Duggan, looking to create overloads in the channel between the opposition fullback and the centre-back. To do this, Jill Scott often vacates her central role to move across into the right half space, and has the athleticism to drop back to cover if England lose the ball or push forwards into the box to support the striker Ellen White. On the left, Duggan tends to act more as an inside forward than a winger, driving infield to create crossing opportunities that bend in towards the goal or find chances to shoot. Kirby will try to get forwards to assist her, but the left-back berth is still a slight conundrum for Neville. Alex Greenwood is more active in support and will push ahead of Duggan as an overlap option, although did seem slow to do this against Cameroon. She's arguably defensively less strong than the alternate pick, Demi Stokes, who's probably a better defender but offers less threat going forwards. But England generally are a good side going forwards, although as Cameroon showed, teams that sit off and pressure the midfield from behind can thwart the progressive passing centrally. Where the Lionesses look vulnerable is when teams press them high, as their attempts to play out from the back can result in the side becoming flustered and inviting pressure. Bright is especially prone to losing her bearings or misplacing passes under pressure. So far, Houghton or Karen Bardsley have bailed England out though. But the USA could look to profit from this. Coach Jill Ellis has stated that the USA have the best team and the second best team in the tournament, with a stellar front three of Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe and Tobin Heath, and the world's best central midfielder in Lindsay Horan. It is hard to argue with her, and Team USA's phenomenal strength in depth. Horan hasn't even started much, with Julie Ertz, Sam Mewis and Rose Lavelle starting both the round of 16 and quarter-final ties. The USA are a high-pressing and largely counter-attacking team. Athletically, they're tough to match for any side, and they use this to their advantage, lining up as a fairly narrow 4-3-3. Generally, they try to play long diagonals to the quick wide attackers, with Alex Morgan either running outside if the wide player cuts in, dropping off to link play, or pushing up into the box to get onto the end of crosses. Mewis and Lavelle are tasked with making progressive passes to unleash the front three, runs in support to provide bodies in the box, and pushing out wide to create passing options for the fullbacks and wide attackers should the USA not be able to generate an immediate 1v1 against an isolated fullback. One noticeable aspect of the USA's play is their defensive organisation and pressing style. Ellis adapts her side intelligently, using 3 separate defensive systems against France during the course of the game. First using Rapinoe and Heath to press France's centre-backs while Morgan dropped towards midfield, then adjusting to a sort of 4-1-4-1. With the USA 2 up, this became a back 3 with the magnificent Julie Ertz taking up a central station in the back line and forming a 5-4-1 pattern that transitioned to a 5-2-3, absorbing French pressure while also allowing the USA to find some diagonal balls out to worry France on the counter. Indeed, this sums up the USA's approach. They have a lot of faith in their ability to hit teams on the counter through the pace, control and skill of the front three, with supporting runs from midfield. But alongside this overall scheme, Ellis will make tweaks to the defensive patterns to counter specific threats or exploit opposition weaknesses. The USA also excel at game management, which, if they score early, will come into play. In conclusion, this is a tough matchup for England, but in Bronze and Paris, they have players who can take a game away from the opposition. The USA will need to counter that threat, for which presumably the cerebral Ellis already has a plan, while looking to the star quality of their forward line. Ertz's ability to shackle Scott will be key, as will how well England's defence deal with an energetic USA press. The USA will go into the game as favourites, but this match is far from a foregone conclusion.